Hello and welcome to our series Pocket Production. My name is Ryan Wilcox and I'm a media consultant in the Duderstadt Center at the University of Michigan. And in this session, we're discussing lighting. Lighting is an essential component for making good-looking videos. Most all locations need to be lit a little bit more than basic room lighting. Cameras of all types are significantly better now than in decades past at shooting in low light scenarios, but we still need to pay attention to our light while shooting. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the first lighting rule that everyone learns in their very first film class, three-point lighting. And then we can talk about how to approach a shot like this while on location. Three-point lighting is how we're all initially taught to light a subject. It consists of, obviously, 3 lights. And the first light will be our key light. The key light would be positioned at about a 45-degree angle off to the side of the camera or the other. And it would be the brightest light in this scenario. In this instance, we'll say 100% brightness. You can see this created a very harsh shadow contrast between one side of my face and the other. Though it's very dramatic, we'll likely want to balance this out with a couple more lights. Our second light is called the fill light. It'll be placed on the side of the camera opposite of the key light. So if we have the key light at a 45-degree angle off this side, the fill light will be at a 45-degree angle off of this side, and it's set somewhere between 30% and 60% brightness. This is not a hard, fast rule when it comes to how bright this light is. You just don't want it as bright as your key light. You see, video is a two-dimensional medium. It's a flat surface, and we use the shadows to create depth in our shots. Having this fill light dimmer than the key light creates some depth to our face. The third light in our three-point lighting scenario is the backlight, sometimes referred to as the kicker or a rim light, and this is what really separates the great lighting from the mediocre. The backlight is positioned over our head, or just off to the side, and behind our subject, and adds the light to the shoulders and hairline of your subject. Go home and watch the news, or an interview show, or, well, just about anything on TV tonight. And I can pretty much guarantee that you will see light on the shoulders and on the back of the hair of your subjects. See, this backlight again separates the subject from its background, creating some depth in the shot. Now, talking about three-point lighting is super simple. But in this day and age of mobile phone style videos, I don't even really see myself carrying an additional 3 lights around with me in order to do a shoot. I will typically bring along a softbox style light on a shoot, as they work very, very well in many situations. The good news is you can use this three-point lighting lesson to create better lighting in everyday events. When on location, you'll want to try to recreate the three-point setup with practical lights. If you're shooting indoors, open up all the windows and blinds, and you can allow that sunlight to be the key light. Now, no matter how pretty the view is outside the window, be careful about placing your subject in front of a window. The sun is now your backlight, and you're going to get a really, really great silhouette of your subject. However, as I mentioned, you can open up that window and use it as a key light. Take lampshades off the lights to act as fills. Keep uncovered lights out of the shots, though. It's really unattractive. Actually, keeping all the lights out of the shots will make it a whole lot easier, as the lights will frequently create hot spots in your videos. Interesting fact, when you see a light on in a movie or TV show, it is frequently lit from an off-camera light shining on the lampshade to illuminate it to make it look like the light is coming from that source. Anyway, you can use foam core or a bright white surface as a bounce card as your fill or backlight. You use it to redirect the light from a window and fill the side of their face, or put a highlight on their shoulders and head. You'll want to be careful when mixing outdoor, tungsten, fluorescent lights. All these lights have different color temperatures. You know how daylight lamps look a little bit more blue and tungsten lights look a little bit more yellow. Cameras can auto white balance these differing light sources very, very well, but you want to pay attention to it before you begin recording. Make sure none of the colors look really weird. Some tweaking can be done in post-production to get those colors back on track. When shooting outdoors, You can also use a bounce card to redirect sunlight back towards your subject. Shooting between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., when the sun is at its highest, can place dark circles under your eyes or a shadow of your chin in front of your shirt and it looks like a bib that you're wearing. Now, shooting at sunrise and sunset is the golden hours, and you get a beautiful angle on your face and that bright yellow, beautiful sunlight to hit you directly into the face. Wait, you don't want to shoot at sunrise? Don't worry about it, me either. So using foam core as a bounce card will help you to fill in those shadows that you get with the midday sun. So, we've talked about using multiple lights to create a good solid environment on your subject. You can also use individual lights to light objects in the background to give some textures or shading difference. But we don't want to forget to practice. Knowing the theory is very different than applying it in a real-world situation. Get out there and start looking at how to light things. Heck, you've got your camera on you anyways. Shoot something. Take pictures, take video, see how the lighting changes. I actually tend to use video because I can talk to the camera and record what I've been setting it for. It'll be like, okay, I'm shooting at noon downtown, it's a cloudy sky, so therefore the light is really diffuse. The sun is overhead because of the time of day, but because of the clouds, I don't think it's going to be too bad. Maybe I'll bring a bounce card along with me. Practicing and looking at the result of your lighting attempts are fantastic ways of developing these great lighting habits. I hope this has been informative. Now get out there and record something. My name has been Ryan Wilcox, and I'll see you in the next lesson.